I get this phone call as soon as I live stream. I try to take it after my live stream. I guess I'm just glad I'm still able to live stream on my YouTube channel. So I will discuss what happened with YouTube. And I really thought the channel would be taken down, this particular channel. And so I'm going to share with you all why and what happened between that. I am in the process, however, of still creating another channel just for backup, just for security in the event that this happens again. So I'll break that down. Yeah, Gwen, Gwen, you came in at exactly 12:22. You and Selena, 1222. I am. Hello, Romy Rome. At least I'm back for right now, for today, for the moment. I'm going to show you all exactly what happened. And oh, oh my, I woke up Saturday, right? And I saw this email from YouTube informing me that 7 days, my channel will be permanently terminated, right? Permanently terminated. And I said, well, I have 7 days. I make sure you hit the thumbs up, right? They said I could dispute it, within 7 days, but it really wasn't anything to dispute because the copyright claims were legit. I mean, it really happened. And see, this is what happened. This YouTube channel, I think, is maybe 6 years old, right? It's really, really old. I started the YouTube channel first initially with my basketball training videos, right? My basketball training videos. So I started it with my basketball training videos. And in doing that, I think it was Miss Coach Deloach at that time. Then I began to talk about credit repair, right? You can see when I log on that I totally haven't switched to um, just credit, because if I remove myself, and so I'm totally not 100% the queen of crypto on here, but I don't talk about credit anymore like I used to, right? So this is what happened. Let me show you all the emails, right? And this is a teachable moment for you all. If you ever start a YouTube channel, let me mentor you in what to do and what not to do. But the main reason why I basically did not really want this channel taken down, because I knew that I probably would not be talking about credit as intense like I used to. Right. And I just like, well, I know we will change to a new credit system, but that may be 2 to 3 years in the future. Right. And I just knew that all of those videos would just, the time and energy and education in it would just be deleted forever. And so that was my main concern. I really wasn't concerned about, getting new followers under a new Queen of Crypto channel, because a lot of people make false Queen of Crypto channels, right? And they're not me. So I also watch out for that. And I'm trying to find the email that I received. And it was exactly Sunday morning, right after I live streamed on Saturday. And Saturday, I kind of had the inclination not to live stream because I was in some uh, spiritual understanding. And I did anyway. So I wake up Sunday and I get this email from YouTube, which I'm not even sure if I can find. But so this is what I had to do. I pretty much had to contact some of the owners of the channel through email and just ask them to forgive my ignorance of starting this channel. A lot of the videos I uploaded, for example, they were Dick Gregory video, the 1979 video on Dick Gregory talking about radiation and how the harmful effects of radiation. Well, that belonged to a company, right? And I just, basically asked the company, I shared the video on my channel because I believed in it. and the message, and could they contact YouTube, right, and let them just a goodwill for me. Would they contact YouTube and ask them to remove the copyright, and I would never upload the video again? So that was Dick Gregory, and the second top copyright was a TD Jakes video actually, and I'll share that with you. It's actually a TD Jakes video, and it was talking about multiple streams of income. So of course, TD Jakes and the Potter's House have copyright violations. So this is the channel violation. So I was at 3 of 3. So this morning I woke up, I received that one of the companies agreed to remove it, under the intent that I would never upload it again. So I have 2 active strikes still. You get 3 of 3, right? This is a teachable moment for you all, YouTube. You're out. Now, this TD Jakes, the multiple streams of income copyright, this video was so old that I uploaded. I mean, it was years ago. It was years ago. But the good thing about that is that it is set to expire June 3rd. So I hope that I don't have any more issues before June 3rd. And then this was an Elon Musk video that I don't know what that was. A Bitcoin explained. So this one is the longest one. So if the one that expired June 3rd falls off, then I just have one copyright claim. And that'll help me keep the channel. So I'm hoping nothing else comes up, because I've been through the channel and tried to, they went that far back, right? They went that far back when, so I went through the channel and tried to look at some things that I may have uploaded. But again, if they went 5-6 years back, I can't tell you that I got everything out, right? So I'm hoping that nothing pops up before June 3rd, which is Thursday, and that TD Jakes ministry one falls off, and that way I can only have one that's pending, because if you get 3, right, the channel is gone. And so I'm praying for that. I have prayed for that. And this is what I want to bring out real quickly about, you all know that I've been studying more biblically about gematria, numerology, and astronomy, right? Astronomy or astrology. Astrology, numerology, and gematria. The thing I want to tell you all is that numbers carries vibrations. They're very powerful. They carry vibrations, frequencies, and energy. But during this time that I was not live streaming, it really opened me up to, and I will get into crypto, right? But it really opened me up to have more time to speak to people, my friends and things on the phone that I normally, would not be talking to, because I know it can be an hour live stream, but that can take hours of research for me to do one live stream. It takes hours of research. And in doing so, I was talking to my friend girl actually on yesterday, and she informed me that it was actually a church ministry, right? A church ministry. And while I'm talking, I don't want anyone to give 1111. I want you to listen and tune in. But it was this actual church that had filed for EIDL, right? EIDL for the PPP loan, right? PPP loan, and also SBA loan, small business loan, right? Received 6 figures from that, very much from the government, right? And this is why I'm learning spirituality, shifting from religion. Now, I'm not saying this is to go for all churches, but, and of course, the church financial committee did not know about this, and when they really looked at some of the transactions that the pastor had conducted, they were personal transactions. It was not for ministry use. And I'm real big on this season of you all understanding, of you all overstanding that everyone that's or that operates a church or ministry are not operating it financially and financial integrity, right? They're not operating in financial integrity. I have been church administrators. I know that that money is not used. Sometimes, not all churches, right? I don't want to give all churches a bad name, but this is true, right? That they're not using those finances for ministry as they should. A lot of it can be or is being allocated for personal use and misuse and abuse. And so the reason why I ask you all to give when you give into the channel for information, knowledge, and education is because, again, numbers carry vibrations and frequency, meaning that if you are giving into with a certain number, and I'm not just saying about the law of reciprocity, I'm not just saying about the law of sowing and reaping. I do not want my channel to turn into like an online church, religious type thing. I'm not saying that. But what I do believe in is in the law of agreement above everything, right? And the law of agreement is pretty much when the Bible states that if two or three touch and agree in my name, right, I will be in the midst. That's pretty much the concept of the law and agreement. So, I'm praying that this channel is saved and everything. But if it's not, my last video on this channel, it would definitely want to be on this message. And when you are in agreement, right, with something, a message or information or education that someone is providing to you in order for you to be a recipient of that information, knowledge, and education, you have to enter into an agreement. The law and agreement, if you look in the legal world, is a contractual agreement between two parties, right? The law agreement is powerful because I've really been looking at the law of sowing and reaping. That's usually used, a terminology used in the church and in the church form and setting. And, I looked at Leviticus 25, for example, and God specifically told those people, look, you have 6 years to sow and you're going to have 6 years to harvest, right? In the year of Jubilee, but that 7th year, you're not to harvest anything. And during the recession of Joseph, right? God told Joseph during this recession, there will be no miracles performed at this time. So Joseph was smart enough and intelligent enough to store wheat and things and items that the people need to survive the recession, I mean. And so I'm not going to come before you and tell you there is always going to be a season of sowing and harvesting. That's not biblically correct. Just because you give does not mean that there will not be a season of harvest. Another thing, my parents were farmers. It took just as much sweat to harvest a crop that it did to sow the crop or sow the seed or sow the plant. They were sowing potatoes, right? They used certain tools, or they were sowing seeds or planting corn or planting greens or whatever, right? It took certain tools to break up the ground, to cultivate the soil. And then when harvest time came, it took a different set of tools, but it still took that sweat and it took some action. See, faith is not belief in the future or what will happen. Faith is taking action in the present. Let me say that again. Faith is not believing on a future action. Faith is action in the present tense. And so a lot of, I think, misteaching from religion institution is if you just give money, you're automatically going to reap. No, reaping takes education, information, and action as well. And so when we're into the law of agreement, if I'm giving you the education and information, then that agreement means I agree with this and I'm going to take action. And as a contractual agreement with what you're saying, my harvest is going to be expanded by showing you that the number sequencing that I'm putting out for you all in 111, that I am agreement with what you're saying, and I believe in your teaching, and I have faith that if I prepare now, my future is secure. If that makes sense. But you cannot idly just give people money. And I'm not saying that sometimes that the God of this universe will not give you unexpected blessings and unexpected savings, right? But sowing and reaping will only sustain you. For example, I had someone to tell me one time, my God will supply my needs according to his riches and glory. I'm not concerned about man's riches. Well, that's just an honor code to supply your needs. It does not mean you're going to have an overflow. See, having your needs met simply can mean I have a roof over my head, I have food, right, and I have clothing. But that you can be under somebody else's roof and have a roof over your head. God may move that person heart to allow you to live with them temporarily if your house is repossessed, or might touch somebody's heart to give you a meal if you're hungry, right? So you have to take action. And as my mentor says, the law of agreement. See, when you're doing this by yourself, you can take my information, you can do it alone. But see, now you take yourself out of that circle of having 2 or 3 people to touch and agree with you. Because biblically it says, if 2 or 3 touch and agree, I am in the midst. This is what God is saying. Well, if you're not touching and agreeing with anybody, and you're just listening to me and going out on your own, and you're not in agreement with me, and you feel like you don't want to give it 11:11, now God is not in the midst of your situation. So what you're doing is you're removing God from being that middleman. That's the whole point. I'm not going to tell you it's law of reciprocity and the laws of sowing and harvesting. I'm just telling you it's the law of agreement. And when you have mentors and when you have people that's giving you actual information, not preaching to you, not giving you motivation, see, it's a difference between information and motivation. I'm showing you biblically how your whole life can be changed financially, emotionally, mentally, and physically. I'm not just telling you everything's going to work out for you. This is going to be your season. It may not be your season. God has seasons where he don't allow harvesting. I know you don't want to hear that, but he does. It's biblically sound. So what do you have to do? You have to invest to prepare. So some of the things that I have been posting, because YouTube will allow me to post during this time, it wouldn't allow me to go live stream. So thank God to the copyright people that was over the Dick Gregory 1979 video. They removed the copyright in my favor. See, those are things God will do for you. He'll give you favor with man when you are a giver. And he allowed that to happen. So these are some things that I posted that I want to make you all aware of. 1111. I saw this on Twitter, and of course the 1111 at the bottom stood out to me. Everything within this is XRP, XLM, Dogecoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Those cryptocurrencies will be the cryptocurrencies of the future, right? Those cryptocurrencies. Some other things I posted, like today is June 1st, 11/11. My t-shirt designs, apparel design for 11/11. Then you have the infinite return, infinite abundance, infinite blessings. You look at Revelations 22 and 13, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. God says he's the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. This is what this represents. And just some more scriptures on the power of the law and agreement is coming from Genesis 11:1. Genesis 11:1, the power of the law and agreement. The whole earth was of one language and of one speech. When you are within harmony with someone and they are giving, again, a lot of, and it doesn't, I know it's a lot of, I won't say a lot, but there are other channels, right, that have thousands of followers, right, not hundreds, like I do when I live stream. But you don't know out of that thousand how many people are actually getting blessed in their crypto wallet. Just because people have followers don't mean their followers are being financially free. And usually, when you don't enter into the law of agreement with the person that's teaching you the information, again, not motivating you, not telling you this is gonna be your year. I don't know if it's gonna. It depends on what God says. He has the last say so. So my question is, are you preparing? Because I am telling you that recession is coming. Are you preparing for this change of currency set that's going to happen in the earth? Right? Because if it was just as simple as throwing money at someone and getting financial blessings back, right? A harvest can come in terms of favor. Like I got favor on my channel. That person removed the copyright. Unexpected blessings. Peace. I have peace in my home. Peace with my daughter. Um, let's get into Mercury retrograde, right? Mercury retrograde. Um, let me explain it. With the super moon and everything that was going on, especially on my channel, people was telling me about Mercury retrograde. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Again, I'm just now getting into astronomy and all of this stuff going on, and I'm not really into that, and this is why. But I can tell you some of these things are happening because I've had several friends to call me today and they are having communications issues, whether with a spouse or a loved one, with the job, right, with the friend or family member. They are having communication issues. Those one of the effects of Mercury retrograde, right? Thank you so much, Queen Sharon, for an agreement of the 1111 super chat. That means God is in the midst of your things, and where God is in the midst and a law of agreement, um, as Job 22 says, you can request a thing and it will be established unto you. But I came across this scripture this morning. I was in my Hebrew Greek Bible, and Luke 21:25 states, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon, and the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Now, you don't even want me to get into the sea and the UFOs and USOs that they have found in the sea. And so, yes, do I know that full moon changes people's behavior? I do, because I work in the school systems. And I can tell you that every time it's a full moon and we come to work the next day, you ask the adults and teachers, like, what's wrong with the kids' behavior? And we say, oh, we must have been a full moon last night. That is actually true. That is true. The full moon alters behavior, right? Especially in children and some adults too. So with Mercury retrograde, on one of my videos, my Wi-Fi was weak, and someone said, "Oh, that's because of Mercury retrograde and the blood moon that took place on May 26th." And I said, no, it's just technical difficulties. The Mercury retrograde, communication issues, technology issues. They, try to warn you not to sign any contracts during that time, not to travel. And let me tell you, I signed a contract Saturday. I am traveling this week in lieu of, and this is why, because even though I can acknowledge that the sun, the moon, the stars, and all of that changes the earth systems, right? I also believe that I have the power to decree a thing or to put it out there or to speak against it, and it will work in my favor in lieu of. I'm speaking our communications path will be clear. I'm speaking my technology path will be clear, even if it alters for a split second or a minute, that is going to come back in path and full. So I don't believe you have to go with that grain if you know your power. Now, for people that don't understand how to speak against what the atmosphere or the universe is strategically doing, then they may be a recipient of it. So once you recognize it, you know what to identify and what to pray against, right? Our cellular phone communications will be clear, valid. When speaking with friends, speak with them with the intention to listen, right? Not to be provide an answer so quick. Listen intentionally, because this is that season. When you travel, arrive places 30 minutes an hour early. There may be travel, you know, miscommunications doing. And so when I woke up Sunday and I woke up to that email, right, I took it in a positive way. And I decided to pray and ask for favor, and it was granted unto me. So in order to keep the channel, not just for me, but for the people who may need those credit videos, right? So again, I'm also praying and believing that June 3rd, that other video with TD Jakes will be dropped. And it'll only be one copyright claim. So let's get into the economy. That's my spiel. Joe Biden, let's talk about, will there be a housing market crash, right? Will there be a housing market crash? I looked at this today. Biden plans new housing, small business program to tackle the racial wealth gap, right? So the White House on today announced new housing and small business program to help narrow the wealth gap between Black and white Americans. Plans to launch a first of its kind to address inequity or inequality. And I told you all this will be the year of reparations, right? This will be the year of reparations. The Bible marked 400 years, and this marked the 400th year of slavery in America. Now, I know there are a lot of people that says, well, that was through Pharaoh. That 400 years has already ended. However, during this economic reset and under the Nasara Act, reparations will be given. And that's why you hear about reparations this year now more than ever. So new details about the infrastructure, jobs package, 10 billion, community, reviving communities, 15 billion for new grants, technical assistance, another 31 billion proposal to small businesses to increase capital gains. So this is his new housing proposal. Now, this is my thing. You have some social media experts on YouTube that is stating that we won't experience a housing market crash, right, until next year. Well, I'm not saying what we will and won't, right, but I do have a thought process behind it. And this is it. Right now, either way it goes, it's not going to be good for the economy. Because if they do prolong the housing market crash, which means that moratoriums at the end of this month, June 30th, will be extended again, that's not good for the banks. That is not good for the banks, because now the banks have no cash flow coming in, which will result in the banks becoming insolvent or bankrupt. So either way it goes, it is not positive for the future of our environment. Now, will people continue to live almost 2 years mortgage free or rent free? Well, let me share something with you all as well. Right now, there's a lot of government, attention on people. They got PPP loans, they got unemployment, they got EIDYL or EIDL, whatever you call it. And right now, people are getting letters of fraudulent PPP loan application requests or SBA loans. People are getting garnishment for false unemployment claims. And so I can say this, people, the government money is drying up. Yeah, the government money is drying up. And a new housing infrastructure will be announced to the United States. So at some point, there will be a, a massive housing market crash. Government money is drying up. People are getting garnished for false unemployment claims and PPP letters from fraudulent claims are being distributed now, right? More than ever. And September the 6th, for the other 26 states, it's 24 that set to lose unemployment as early as 2 weeks. But September the 26th, if the other 26 states do not come aboard with this to end it early, it is going to end. There is no such thing as free money, right? I talked to my friend, that doesn't even sound right together, free and money. That's something that should never coexist. So you have 24 states right now set to lose unemployment benefits as early as June 12th, Republican-led states, and you still have some that's going to allow it until September the 6th. The benefits that will end early not only include the extra $300 per week of federal unemployment, but the program for gig workers who do not normally qualify for aid, the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, PUA. So these are the dates that are set to expire. First is coming Alaska, Iowa, Mississippi, and Missouri, June 12th. Then the following week, you got all of these states, Alabama, Idaho, Indiana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North Dakota, West Virginia, Wyoming, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Ohio, South Carolina, June 26th, and then Texas and South Dakota. And then June 27th, Montana, Oklahoma, Utah. July 3rd, you have Tennessee, and July 10th, Arizona, as of right now. So that federal 300 will end for those states. And this is the thing, right? The free money is drying up, or the government money is. And they're coming back with harsh repercussions for people who got that money right now in fraudulent manner. So will they allow the housing market to crash June 30th, or even renters? Well, let me tell you, landlords are already evicting tenants. I have 3 people with credit that I just, just today, that reached out to me for credit analysis. So the point is, don't think that the government money doesn't have a well that is drying up and they're going to give it out forever. And don't think that this money is not causing prices to increase that's given out, right? So freely. Again, it's not free. It comes with consequences. When this money is given out, whether it's forming child tax credit, CTC, or unemployment, whatever, is going to cause inflation. And you have some people that are receiving this are fraudulent. They are going to be garnished, and they're going to have to pay the piper, or they're going to have harsh repercussions. It's going to be harsh repercussions. I was speaking with my mother Sunday, for example, and she said that there are some people who have PPP loans and they didn't tie it to the church. I said, that's not what that money is supposed to be used for. It's specifically supposed to be used for government use. Period. Specifically, not for tithing, not for giving, right? You cannot use money illegal and not get the legal ramifications as a result. Let me see if I can find this post on Facebook of the letter of the PPP loan fraudulent accusation that someone received. And so I hope that you all were honest, right? I know someone that's receiving both unemployment and business SBA loan and PPP loan. How can you be simultaneously unemployed and yet a business owner? That does not go well. That does not match. No. These type of things are going to be found out, and that money is going to have to be repaid. It's going to have to be repaid, or it's going to be federal charges and repercussions. Now, this other article I want to share with you all, and I'm logging off, and it may be both, right? How can you be unemployed and a business owner and getting PPP and SBA assistance and receiving unemployment. No, you can't do all that. You can't be in all those categories, right? But it's going to come back, right, with the vengeance. Trump is telling people he thinks he'll be reinstated as president in August, according to a report. Former President Donald Trump is reported floating another idea about unlawfully taking power. Trump is said to have fair right conspiracy theory that he'll be reinstated. Pro-Trump personalities such as My Pillow CEO have pushed the baseless claim for months. President Trump has been telling people that he thinks he will return to the White House as the sitting president by August, according to the New York Times. So just wanted to share that with you all. If you want my thoughts on this, I don't think it will happen, but Trump will be our president again of the United States. I think the economy has to get in a far worse state that it's in right now, right? And so, no, I don't think it will happen in August, but according to The Simpsons, Biden will not serve 4 years. At some point, Kamala Harris will be the standing female president, maybe temporary until a transfer of presidential power is reinstated. Now, I believe he will be reelected, but I think after his 4 years, and I don't think Biden is going to last the full 4 years. And why do you believe in The Simpsons, Queen? Because The Simpsons writers are writers about the new world economy. They've proven over and over again that they predict what's going to happen, right? And so I'm going to highlight these and answer these later. And so, will it happen by August? I don't know. But if it does happen by August, we want the United States, when I say we, will not be in a good economic state if it does, because he's going to come in when the bottom is totally out this economy. So, no, I'm not the feds. I'm not the feds. You didn't receive a PPP and SBA loan. Okay. You can get a pandemic benefits, but you can't get unemployment, and you can get the PPP pandemic benefits. They make that very clear. You can't get all of them. You can't get money to sustain your business, whether it be the PPP and get unemployment benefits. You're getting thousands to continue to have your business right up and running, and for you to be able to receive compensation from your business, right? So you're getting the money saying that you're unemployed as a W-2 employee, but you're also getting federal assistance and loans as a 1099 business owner. It's like you're either or, right? Either you're a business owner, or you're an employee, or you're a worker. But people are claiming to be, simultaneous both, because your business was already supposed to be in existing. It was already supposed to be a pre-existing business, not something that you just established when you learned or found out about the PPP or SBA loan qualifications. Right. So, hey, I'm signing out. Hopefully June 3rd, that second copyright, nothing pops up in the meantime on my channel, and I can keep this channel, but I will be creating a second channel that's also in the works. Anyway, regardless of what happened, I'm just glad I'm able to live stream and share this last video. Right. So I'm signing out. Also, if this channel stays up, my Patreon members, I'm going to be doing a lot of behind the scenes teaching on gematria, understanding cryptocurrency, and understanding the changing with the signs of the seasons and the number system, and how the currency system is changing, so you can understand what's going on in a holistic way. if you study Nikola Tesla, a lot of the stuff that Nikola Tesla predicted in the 1940s is happening right now in 2021. So we are not living really a future tense life. We are really living a past tense life, because if you look at the ancient Egyptians, everything that's being implemented today is what they found out about the ancient pyramids and the energy system, right? And how this correlating and changing to cryptocurrency. So I'm going to do a lot of behind the scenes, because this is like my live stream Saturday. Someone gave me a comment that Jesus spoke in parable to the public. All of this that I share is not public information. And like what I shared Saturday probably should not have been public information. And that may be why I got that warning when I woke up Sunday morning about this channel. So I adhere. All of that should not be given to the public about understanding this astronomy, gematria, and how cryptocurrency. Because if I share that to the public, then you're going to know exactly what cryptocurrencies, without a doubt, that you should be investing in. And in order to get that, you have to invest something, right? You have to make an investment. That's why Jesus spoke in parables, and then his disciples, he spoke a different language behind the scenes, because everything is not to be given. The mysteries of the kingdom is not to be given to people who won't invest in it. It costs something, right? So to my Patreon members, I definitely will not make that error again and share everything publicly, but I will be doing more private streaming. Thank you for your good energy from Chicago, Chi-Town, and good looking. I'm screwed. I thought, well, you don't know. Like I said, I already know people that's already getting garnished from checks from unemployment that they approved, but now they're saying it was fraudulent. And already people, tax preparers are dropping clients because they're finding that they're commingling of funds, even in churches and institutions. And they're using SBA money, PPP loans for personal purchases, not for church employees and community service. And not just churches. This man in California, he was arrested. Let me see, can I find it, for fraudulent PPP in California, and he had millions. So just be careful right now. We will be in a dry season of who you are giving your money to and for what purpose. I'm just at the point now where I'm almost like, show me what you're doing with the money. I tell people that give unto me, for example, the live stream, that money is being reinvested in the business to do the crypto Chris and crypto Christie curriculum to teach youth about this currency. And that money is going toward curriculums. And then I have to invest in trademarks. I have to get them trademarked. That was $250 a piece. And then I had to pay the trademark attorney. So that was about $2,000 to do that process. And so that's where everything on my channel goes to support for further education and teaching, whether it's the youth or you all, right? So this is an Irving man on federal grand jury, fraudulently obtained $5 million in COVID relief PPP loans. I mean, he had the website set up. He had everything, and he bought luxury vehicles, Porsche, Mercedes, Rolls Royce, right? So be careful, and just know, if you have a business and you buying these high-end luxury vehicles and you're saying you're using it for business purposes to rent out or to lease to people, make sure that they fall under those categories. There's a lot of people on YouTube, for example, that's telling people, let me show you how to create a business, but you need to make sure that you use the SBA loans and the PPP loans for the use and intent that it's meant to be used for. Right. So right now the government's cracking down. That's why I know that the government money is about to dry up, right? it's about to dry up. Well, I'm glad you found me because I thought this channel would be permanently gone, but by the prayers and favor of God and you all, I hope you all were praying. It stayed up as well. It's up today and June 3rd. We can make it to Thursday. It had 3 copyright claims. Another one will file off June 3rd. So I hope and pray that I got every video that wasn't supposed to be uploaded on here deleted. And I don't know, but I will create a second channel no matter what the decision. So I'm signing out, you all. Glad to see you all. Right, I'm so glad. And let's stay updated. Let's stay community support and make sure that you are doing things in the right manner when it comes to this government money, people. There will be repercussions. And just like my YouTube channel, right? Ignorance, and I'm not saying ignorance in the form of calling anyone stupid, but even with me, I uploaded videos that I just want to help people. But ignorance is not an excuse. When you're not doing things in violation of whatever the requirements are, there are penalties and consequences. So if you're getting this money, make sure you consult with your tax professional or whoever is assisting you, right? And make sure that those transactions. Thank you so much, Quintessential and Queen. I do see your messages on Instagram. Thank you so much. Make sure that you are doing that in the right manner because in this legal world, right? Thank you, Jimmy. Ignorance is not an excuse. So try to educate yourself and learn from your mistakes and just move forward, right? Move forward. All right, you all, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. And I'm just ready for Thursday to get here so that second copyright can fall off. And you all have a great evening.